Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about rheumatic fever. How rheumatic fever occurs? It occurs due to an overreaction of your body's immune system that causes it to fight against healthy tissues. Main cause of the rheumatic fever is an untreated or improperly treated streptococcal throat infection or scarlet fever infection. It happens when group A streptococcal infections are not adequately treated with antibiotics. Other factors may include age, family history, season, host factors, and poor sanitary conditions. It is a multi-organ inflammatory disorder affecting the heart, joints, brain, and skin. The pathogenic mechanism involves autoantibodies and T cells directed against group A streptococcal cell wall components and over heart or brain antigens. The diagnosis of acute rheumatic fever is essentially clinical. Two major manifestations or one major and two minor manifestations plus evidence of a preceding streptococcal infection indicate a high likelihood of rheumatic fever. J represents the joints, that is migratory polyarthritis. It is migratory in character, that is the first affected joint starts improving while another becomes affected. Larger joints are involved. Joints are hot, red, swollen and very tender. Heart represents carditis. It presents as palpitations, chest pain or breathlessness. There may be a soft mid-diastolic murmur due to nodules forming on the mitral valve leaflets. M represents the subcutaneous nodules. Subcutaneous nodules usually indicate severe carditis. A represents erythema marginatum. They start as raised red macules with pale center and are evanescent in character. S represents the Sydenham's chorea. It is characterized by jerky, involuntary, purposeless movements which are non-repetitive and mainly in the proximal limb muscles or trunk. Diagnosis of rheumatic fever is very important because by long-term anti-streptococcal therapy, serious cardiac disease can be prevented or minimized. Although non-specific ESR or CRP is raised in the acute stage. Evidence of streptococcal infection is usually based on elevated or rising serum anti-streptococcal antibody titers. More direct evidence of streptococcal infection can often be obtained by culture of throat swab, as infection may still be present in the throat if antibiotics have not been given. Hemoglobin is reduced during the acute phase and there is polymorphonuclear leukocytosis. ECG may show prolonged PR interval to greater than 0.18 second. There is also prolongation of the QT interval. Chest X-ray may reveal cardiac enlargement due to congestive cardiac failure or pericarditis. Echocardiography may show valvular and myocardial involvement or pericardial effusion. Management includes bed rest, antibiotics like penicillin, and patients who are allergic to penicillin, azithromycin or azithromycin can be given. We can also give anti-inflammatory drugs such as aspirin and corticosteroids. In case of Sydenham chorea, sedatives like phenobarbital are indicated early in the course of chorea. Heart failure may be an indication for the use of steroids, diuretic agents or digoxin. For patients with mild carditis without evidence of congestive heart failure, salicylates alone are indicated. In patients with congestive heart failure or other manifestations of carditis, corticosteroids are indicated.